Today with Odyssey, we will do a walkthrough of how to apply for the Idaho Empowering Parents Program. Partnered with Odyssey for its second year, the Empowering Parents Program provides a one-time grant of $1,000 per student with a maximum of $3,000 per family, eligible for Idaho K-12 public, private, or homeschooled students to use on allowable educational expenses. Let's get started. We can begin our application, which is only 4 steps, by clicking the button that says Start Application. The first page we are asked to fill out collects the parent and guardian information of the student whom the application corresponds to. We are asked to enter our guardian information exactly as it appears on our 2022 Idaho State Tax Return. Please be aware that any differences between the application and your Idaho State Tax Return, such as entering in a nickname instead of your legal name, may result in a delay or denial of the grant. I can enter in my first, middle if I'd like to, and last name. We also need to enter our email address as well, which will be used as a communication source for the program. We can also elect if we would like to allow SMS messages with information relating to the Empowering Parents Program. I will then enter in my current residential address and proceed to step 2 by clicking the button that says Next at the bottom right of the page. For step 2, we are asked for information pertaining to the students. We can also add up to 3 students per household, all on this page. I can go ahead and enter in my students' information, including first and last name and date of birth. The Empowering Parents Program is applicable for students between the ages of 5 to 18. If a student is between the ages of 19 to 21 and participates under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, you may contact the State Board of Education directly to review program eligibility. Finally, on this page, I can select the school in which my student attends and click Next to go on to Step 3. Step 3 requests information on my income as represented by my 2022 Idaho State Tax Return. This information will help verify my program eligibility. I can choose to enter either my Social Security number or individual tax identification number. Please note that if you did not file an Idaho State Tax Return, you will not be eligible for this program and may need to appeal with the State Tax Commission before continuing the application. In our final step, we must acknowledge and consent to the rules of the program. I can go ahead and sign directly on the site, and this will submit my application before I begin the process of my identity verification. We have now completed the registration portion of the Idaho Empowering Parents Program application. To complete the entire application, as a guardian, we must submit additional documentation. We can use a driver's license, government-issued state ID, a U.S. passport, or green card. For child verification, we must provide either a birth certificate, U.S. passport, government-issued state ID, 1040 tax return, a driver's license, or green card for the student. Let's gather the necessary documentation first so we have it on hand. To begin the identity verification process, first click Verify Identity and then click Begin Verifying. Today, I am going to choose to upload my driver's license as a form of government ID, but you may use any of the other options listed, such as the state ID, passport, or permanent resident card. I will be using a sample license for this demonstration. I can either take a picture of my license, upload a photo of it, or continue on another device, such as my cell phone, to make this process easier. I will now upload my sample ID, which will be processed through our verification system. The next step in the verification process is for the student. The system defaults to accepting the 1040 tax form, but if you don't have it on hand, you may select to upload another form of documentation by clicking on this option. You will be permitted to use a birth certificate, U.S. passport, government-issued state ID, driver's license, or green card if you elect not to use your 1040 tax return. Today, I will be using my 2022 1040 tax form. I am given the same options as before for the upload, and will upload the form directly from my device. After pressing submit, the document will be processed for verification. We have now passed the live identity verification portion of the application. Guardians will have 3 chances to upload the correct documents to the verification system. If verification cannot be achieved by the 3rd try, you will receive a verification failure email with details and next steps. As you can see, we have now submitted our application and have completed the registration and verification portion of the Idaho Empowering Parents Program application. We can refer back to this dashboard periodically, as well as check our email for updates as the application goes through the rest of the approval process. Thank you for joining us today and registering for the Idaho Empowering Parents Program. We hope to see you back here soon.